Sikuwa najua kama hivi ndio Fred Matiang'i amejipanga kwa kampeni ya 2027. Sikuwa najua Matiang'i alikuwa ameidentify two farms zenye ziko abroad zinapanga siasa ya Kenya venye inafaa kuflow. At what point kitu fulani naanza gani, naanzia wapi, gani nashikilia wapi. Sikuwa najua hapa Kenya kuna watu wanacheza chini ya maji kwa kampeni za Fred Matiang'i. Those people who are very prominent, organized, wako na liquid cash. Sikuwa najua. Hata ile secretariat peke yake itaenda kuja ama yenye imepangwa kuja kuhandle kampeni za Matiang'i ni secretariat zijaona before. Professionals, organized people, people can detect and sense situations before even they happen. Matiang'i is playing cool, is playing quiet, is playing innocent. But what is working in the background ni kitu itapata William Ruto off guard na timu yake yote. Let me tell you, the country men and women, Matiang'i is the most preferred candidate in opposition. This will come to pass. It's a matter of time. Structures have been laid down. Sijaiona mtu wananchi wanaweza jitolea kupeana campaign machinery candidate mwenyewe hajaitisha. If someone is working on about 50 plus free Prados zimepeanwa bure kurani kampeni ya Matiang'i. Hii ni mapenzi ya ukweli. All over the country I've had people call for Matiang'i. Kuja kwetu Matiang'i. Kuja kwetu. Matiang'i amekuwa akitraverse the country akisalimia watu. Si kufanya kampeni, akisalimia watu. Salamu. Zingine amepitia kwa radio stations, zingine kwa maruninga. Akisalimia watu. Matiang'i hajaanza kampeni. Ni kutune tu ametune. Everyone is shocked. I can tell you people that Matiang'i's time is ripe. Even people have a feeling that Matiang'i is the only person who can change this country. Sasa na waprepare pa mapema, mkae mkijua mapema. Ile campaign secretariat Matiang'i ako nayo. Strategy team ya Matiang'i. Technical team ya Matiang'i. Crisis management team ya Matiang'i. Digital platform team ya Matiang'i. Kura zitakuwa karibu chini kabisa ni 12 million. 12 million. Usifungiwe nje, ingia mapema kwa kambi ya Matiang'i. Sababu sitaki watu muende kulia eti laiti ningejua niingie kwa Matiang'i mapema. Ingieni sasa hivi. Hiyo nawaibia siri na nimewaambia mapema. It's gonna work. Matiang'i will change, will bring reforms to this country, Kenya. Be counted to have brought change or reforms, good governance in Kenya by electing Fred. Hii mambo ya kwenda kungangana na Maraga, mnaenda kungangana na Kasongo. Maraga na Kasongo hakuna tofauti. Maraga ni the making of William Ruto. Simple as that. The only deal for this country is Fred. Rijiji anajua, Kalonzo anajua, na wenzake wote akina Martha Karua wanajua. Tuko pamoja.
The Chief Justice invited us to a meeting in Naivasha of the National Council for Administration of Justice. Everybody was in the room, including judges of the Supreme Court and the DPP, the entire justice sector was there. Then I was asked, including the late Jebukati who attended the meeting, I was asked this question about money and campaign finance. And I said, you know, this wash business we are seeing here, some of these people doing well on the campaign trail are people who are on the Interpol list for wash and money laundering. If we are not careful as a country, we are going to launder into elective offices up to 40% of these characters. And we will pay a price for it. Today, my colleagues, those of you who are in the finance sector, you know we have been listed. 3 weeks ago, the EU also listed us as an insecure financial transaction environment. It has never happened since independence. And the reason why I was very surprised about that EU one is that we are the only country in East Africa on that list. I want to be diplomatically sensitive. Sitaki kuongea mambo mengine niseme, unajua hata Burundi haiko huko. Ta Somalia haiko huko. Sisi tu ndio tuko huko kwa East Africa. Sisi ndio tumeandikwa hapo. Sisi tunafanya ujeuri wa fedha pia tunafanya. So these are the issues. This is the reason why I would like to run for president, because I believe our country deserves and should get better. Our country deserves and should get better leadership, in my view. And you're not going to bring it from Mars or from Jupiter. The people are there. They are willing and ready to serve their country. What they need are leaders who will go and work. I have not arrived from heaven myself. And you know, I am not one of those who carry around a big Bible ambayo inaweza kukuangusha. I go to churches there every day, singing songs, hymns, trying to pretend that I am holy. I am a sinner like you. It's just that I am a realistic sinner who will say, who would like to do his work and get his work done. That is it. Who will not make excuses when I'm supposed to deliver services, and who is willing to level with the people of Kenya and tell them the truth, as it were. We know when Gen Z happened, the demonstrations against Finance Bill 2024 in June 2024. First of all, I asked very many people, and you know, the privilege I have is that you cannot hoodwink me. I think, as someone said in this room, the late John Mijuki and myself are probably the most consequential ministers of security in independent Kenya. I was there for 5 years. I know our capacity and I know what we will do. How was our parliament overrun in broad daylight, and parliament is 2 kilometers from State House? So, and then MPs were scampering for life. What is shocking to me to this day, honestly speaking, and you Kenyans, I mean, this is something you should ask yourself questions and answer. No one has asked the question, what actually happened and why? Because in ordinary circumstances, we should have had an all-parties parliamentary inquiry, where all parties come together, have a parliamentary inquiry. In fact, if I was president that time, I would have worked with the leader of majority and worked with the speaker to have an all-parties parliamentary inquiry. Why? It would have given me an opportunity as president to listen to the Gen Z and to have an opportunity for them to ventilate so that I understand what is actually going on, have the parents come there, and it would have given us an opportunity as a country to do deep dive and soul searching on what we had not done that caused Gen Z to get to that point. So, we did not do it because viongozi wa kitaifa think they know everything. Then 25th June came, 2025. We lost more lives. Then Sabasaba came. We lost more lives. And my brothers and sisters, we cannot continue that way. That is not how we are supposed to live. And in all that, you can see irresponsibility, dereliction of duty, recklessness. And it's best demonstrated by the language you have heard leaders use and the sentiments that you hear leaders using. I was shocked in this day and age, 63 years after independence. There's somebody who talks about tribes. Where do you live? I mean, those things, nobody talks about those things anymore. I asked some friends last night where we were having dinner. Which one of us goes to hospital in Kenya and you are sick? You are very, very sick. You are shivering in your car. But then you ask people, please check on the list, what's the tribal background of the doctor on duty before I go in? Because you just get in, you are treated, And sometimes you don't even know the ethnic background of the fellow who's treating you. But until you are treated, you go away. Why should it matter? When you walk to a bank, for example, in Kenya, you go to Equity or a family bank, you want services, you go to the teller. Do you first of all ask, by the way, where do you come from? Before you ask, it's transactional. You just fill out your papers or you discuss your loan and you go away. It doesn't matter anywhere else. Why should it matter when it comes to making decisions on the leadership of the country? It's because some of us tuko na shida fulani sijui ni ya kurogwa ya huko nyuma, which we should never ever ever as a country accept. And that's why the young people in this audience who are listening to me, Gen Z is an opportunity to step into the third wave or the third generation of leadership in Kenya, modern Kenya. This is what is going to give us. Yeah. This thinking and this approach is what gives us a modern country. A country where the content of your character matters more than your surname. You know, the values you hold, the delivery of services is more important than your surname. Because all those primitive things where your surname is supposed to lead you somewhere, so that if your name is Omolo, then I make a decision whether or not you should pass through this gate. That time is gone. And Kenyans, let us not only resist, let us reject that kind of attitude. So I'll speak about this until the cows come home, but this is my vision. That one, we can put up, and I can promise, we can put up a credible government that can be trusted, that will ensure the stability of the country, that is reliable. We will not do some of those things that will hurt the image of our country. When I have